Hello, happy Homebrew Wednesday everyone. It's been a long day today. I've been at work all day and I've been looking forward to having a beer, and this is the one I've been looking forward to. Old Ale 7.3% by Brew Rick Shaw. You probably all know Rick from his supersized TV. And the fact he likes to tighten them quite tight. This is very firm. So I'll be quite careful with this because, yes. Spot on carbonation there. Ooh. Bit of yeast sediment at the top there where it must have been laid down in the box whilst it was on its way to me, and since I turned it up it's dried up on the top, but I can smell that. Ooh, interesting notes. Let's get it on camera to pour. Now if you've watched my channel, you know I do love an old ale. I do like making old ales, and I tend to not give them time to condition like this. I'll be honest. Mine are gone long before they get like that. Look at that. You can see yourself in there, can't you? Pretty good clarity, isn't it? Very good carbonation. Interesting aroma. Let's go in. Yeah, sherry notes, dark raisins. The aroma, there's almost a bready character to it, but it's not. I'm not saying it's off or anything, but I'm just saying almost like a farmyard bready character to it. Oh. Why don't people like this or brew this more? It's a cracker. Obviously you have to have a good constitution to be able to take the 7.3. I mean the actual recipe from the Bible, I mean, I think I've added a bit of sediment now, I will admit to it, so it's clouded up a bit, but that's my fault. Let me just tilt this down a little fraction. There we are. So I think I've clouded it a little bit. It was a lot clearer than this when I first poured it, but that's my fault, not Rick's or his ability at brewing. Yeah, the mouthfeel, finishing quite dry, bitter. Yeah, there's a bit of bitterness there. It did very reminiscent of not McEwen's Expert, McEwen's Champion almost, but not as bitter as that, and not as, it's not sickly sweet, but not as, this is a lot drier, not as thick on the mouthfeel. But yeah, quite similar to a McEwen's Champion almost. So yes, this is 7.3%. The recipe now, I think, is about 8 point something. I can't remember. I'm not sure whether I've got that high in mind before. Just can't remember. Let's have a look. It's going to be leaves a nice. Oh, here we are. All day. So funny enough, it pulls open. I mean, look at that. That's the one. There's carbonation's eased off a little, but that could be my glass or whatever. Can you hear that sizzle? Pardon me. Corn sugar. I'm assuming the corn sugar dries it out considerably. 8.7% that their recipe is in this. Now, I'm not sure whether I've done that, and I don't use corn sugar, I have to admit, when I make mine. So it's very different flavours, which is very nice to see how it holds up. This is what I tend to use myself. Molasses, as dark as sugar as possible to give it a richer, more sherry notes to it myself. Raisiny kind of thing, but this is lovely. And it's not hot. It's not. You're not getting any fusel alcohols or anything like that, that's for sure. It's been a well cared for brew, shall we say. It's, I'll tell you what it is. It's a fucking relief after today, so I'm very pleased to be trying this. Yeah, there is a dryness there, and I'm guessing that's the corn sugar. I'm gonna have to look again, aren't I? It tends to open up quite near there anyway, because I do that recipe fairly often, as you know. Right, yeah. So it's meant to get down to a final gravity of 1.014 from this recipe, starting at 1.079. Now, I know I should have looked. I was intending to go back, watch the brew day and everything again, but I've just had a long day, got home from work, thought I'm going to have that beer now. So I haven't really done the research on it that I should. I'm sure I watched this video on it before, but it's one of those days. My head just seems to be in bits. So yes, to summarise, an old ale is strong, malty, with sherry, raisiny character, very wintry, but with but quite dry at the same time, or dryish. Certainly with the corn. If he's used corn sugar, then yeah, I'm not quite sure what it was he used. Table sugar. I mean, as I say, I use molasses myself, so mine comes out a bit richer. This has been obviously aged quite well, actually, properly sat and conditioned, with like me, where I just make it and drink the bloody thing. And I have to say, aging it is good. I'm not saying it's not. It does alter it quite a bit. I mean, I get lots of the fruity, almost sherry, like Christmas pudding sort of flavours, and these are those, but dried, and I keep thinking it almost like a sherry. There is really almost a sherry note to it. That's what I'm thinking. Brett, sherry, Duchess, Duchesse de Bijon, de Bourgogne. Is it de Bourgogne, de Bijon? Yeah, you know, and Duchess there, balsamic beer, sour. That's quite marmitey in the world of beers, but this is not like that at all. But it has a note there that resonates with me with that beer. And as you can see, well carbonated, excuse me, and that's a Graham seal of approval without Graham actually trying it. Well done, Graham. Now, I've talked about this for 8 minutes, and I know there's been talk of, I think it's M&C Brewing, Matthew Lonsdale. 3 minute, he was told, 3 minutes, you know, can't watch more than 3 minutes. Yeah, and I used to do those quick 3 minute reviews, and you really have to be like, ba 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 ba, and chuck it. But this is a savouring beer. This is a beer to sit, I'd say sip, but I've just practically necked this, and enjoy and savour and look at again, try and dissect the flavours from it. It is one of those beers. And if you've not made one of these, you bloody well should, because it's a complex flavoursome beer. It doesn't have the big hops. It's not all about the hops. It's all about the malt, all about the aging and conditioning, it seems. I mean, mine seems to come out really nice as they are, that I'm happy with. And I bottled a few and sent them out, and people have enjoyed them, been happy with them. So I maybe should try aging a couple as well. But yes, it's it leaves me with it's not a bitter dryness. It is a dryness and a little niggling at the back of your throat saying, more, 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 more. Feeling. And that's what I like about a beer like this, that it just screams you to want more, more. But it's not like you get an IPA or the big IPAs, sort of the East Coast, no, the West Coast IPAs used to be hit you big with the hops, hit you big with the bitterness, and you'd be like, whoa, dry, bitter, have another drink to ease that. Whoa, bitter, dry, have another drink to ease that. And it brought you back in for the beer, and that was a thing. This is similar, but less about, whoa, it's more insinuation of dryness, of you finished. Do you know what? This, I think there's a hint there of it wants to be bretted. It really does. I would, if I done this, I would love to see what it would come out with, half and half aged like this and half bretted and then left and aged. It screams for it really does, and I imagine it would be absolutely stunning. You get the leather and such, yeah, because it so wants to be leathery, and just that whole bready sensation in your mouth. I can't break it down. There's that whole world of the barnyardy horses and leather and all that, and wet hair and things. It wants that, but it isn't. But I keep getting a little hint on the aroma that says, do it. It's like that, but it's not. Right, that's 12 minutes of me talking about this one beer by Mr. Rick Shaw. Mr. Rick Shaw, you can brew. You can brew, and this is proof. If ever you... Sorry, I've just lost some. This is proof if ever you needed it. This glass. Not me talking about it, no. Just this beer. It's proof enough that you can brew, and brew good. Well done, sir. Thank you very much. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching. If you ever get the chance, go on to, as you know it, Brew a Bit Rick Shaw. Find his channel if you haven't already. Subscribe. And me. Excuse me. Subscribe, like, all that, and watch his videos. He is very entertaining. He does go above and beyond with his videos, unlike me, who just sits in the shed and talks a bit. Go for it. Subscribe, watch, and if you're lucky, you might get a beer like this off him, because this is made of an old man feel very happy. So thank you very much, Vic, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.